if you attract bad relationships and you are ready to break the cycle, even if you think you have already, then this is for you. Hello, Will Perry here. Welcome to another Keeping the Conversation Alive. I hope you are well. So if you attract bad relationships, you need to change you. No, you. And you can, which is awesome. I think this is especially interesting for those people that have had bad relationships in the past, but they think they're all right now. So that can be a challenging reflection, and not many people would put the mirror on you in this point, but I want to be able to do that. So if you are ready to be uncomfortable, if you are just ready because you're tired of crappy relationships, then this is for you. So I find this a fascinating one. It's been my lifelong struggle. This is why I do what I do. I couldn't understand why I was attracting so many difficult relationships. I'm 3 times divorced, and I didn't. Well, I'm waiting on the third one, but I'm not in a rush. But 3 times separated from my marriages, and I never, and with kids in each one, and I never, I just wanted to be happy and married and be with that beautiful child. I've got 4 beautiful children, and I don't live with them. And my situation is blessed at the minute, and I have my 2 girls. Not that I justify, but just to let you know, I have my 2 girls 3 nights a week, and beautiful, gorgeous little creatures that they are, and I have more contact and a better relationship, I think, with my 2 boys than I ever did, which is a joyous thing. Jake's 21, and now I've got to mention all their names now and ages now that I've started. Jake's 21, and lives independently now. Joyous thing. Seen him, I see him there, quite regularly. I'm blessed with that, particularly when with Freddie. Freddie's 17 now, and just seen him a couple of weeks ago, and it's lovely. The 3 of us, when we get together, is just a joyous thing. And Lulu is 6, and Dolly is 3 today. And I'm doing this a day ahead. So as you see this, she's 3 today, which is just an awesome thing. So I need to stick around. That was a big thing for my health and my well-being. Why I needed to be healthier. Because I need to be around for a long time. I'm quite old, so I'm blessed with them. But it's been a lifelong struggle for me to understand why I kept attracting dominant people in my life. Why did I keep attracting? And then I kind of got that I was giving my power away, and it's like, holy moly, why am I giving my power away? Because when you give your power away, you attract people that like to dominate over and like to have that power and control. So, okay, why am I giving that power away? And what is it? Why why am I repeating the same patterns, even if each time they're different? Why is there a similarity between all of that? Because guess what? Who's the common factor in all this? Holy moly! It can be like you can't see the wood for the trees. If you're in a relationship, or if you had bad relationships, you can't see the wood for the trees. And it's not about who you attract, because when I started my YouTube channel, however many years ago, is it 11, 12, 2009, quick maths, 12 years ago. That was quick, wasn't it? No. But I think it was, 12 years ago that I was really passionate about it, because these people are out there. You need to see them. You need to get the warning signs. Ooh, get them away. The vampires. You need to have the garlic and joking about it, but shooting with the silver bullets and joking about that as well. Stabs through the heart, joking about that as well. But there are people out there that you need to avoid at all costs. But how come we magically attract them to us? And they're, what is that all about? So that was the start of my journey, and it's been a lifelong journey, because I say lifelong, that's only like 13 years that I've been focused on this stuff, but it goes back to my childhood. It goes back to how I've always felt about myself. It goes back to all my insecurities. And it's like, oh, all right, what have I stumbled across here? Because it's not about who you attract, it's about who you're being. It's like, oh, it's like, look in the mirror, it's that one that's attracting them. It's like, oh man. But then guess what? That gives you control, because who are you 100%? Who's the only one person that you're on? Why am I putting 2 fingers up? The only one person that you're fully in control of is you. Except sometimes we don't get that sense of control. I completely get that. So that's who you need to work on, you, which is awesome because you can do the work on you, and it's not easy, and but it's relatively simple in a way, which all the best things in life are, aren't they? But it's not easy, so you need to do the deeper work to kind of see the darker self beliefs, and I kind of point to this as go deeper, like your brain is here, but somehow these core negative self beliefs are deeper than that, down in the back of your neck or top of your spine, or I don't know. Anyway, or down there, that just these dark self beliefs we have, they guide everything, but we don't think they do, or we don't think about it. We can't even think about what they were thinking about. It's like so automatic, and that's what's attracting what you get in life, And it's like, just a minute, these little pesky, they're more than pesky, they're negative, dark, negative self-beliefs. These are the things that are attracting what you get in life. So if you could change that to positive stuff, it was like, oh yeah, holy moly, that would be, the people with positive self-esteem, the go-getters, the people that really work hard, not that everything falls in their laps and they come up smelling roses, but that put the work in, really focus, have that dedication, don't shoot themselves in the foot, don't sabotage themselves. Those are the ones. And it's like, yeah, okay, so if this negative false belief was a positive self-belief and a true one, it's like, oh, you could do anything. You remember those, or those sayings, you can do, be, have anything in life, or you already have everything you need for everything you want. I love that quote. It was like, oh, holy shit. So this is the key. It's like, wow. And this is the key to attracting crappy people. You need to change that. So that's the bit that we need to do, is, do the deeper work, to solve this self-belief. And that's going to attract better quality of people, better people that aren't looking to take power, that people that don't need, that aren't insecure themselves, that need that power to feel better about themselves. So that's the change. That's where that change comes from, and that's pretty cool. That's awesome. I love that. That's, to me, fascinating. That's the fascinating stuff, when you can change your, like, holy shit, and do the work and do the structure and do the, it's again work, and there's lots of resistance in there from your own beliefs and from your own struggles and from your own evidence, but you can change that, and I love that. I love that you can change your life, your outcome for your kids' lives, which surely is the most important thing. If you've got kids, then to be able to impact their lives so positively that they have a much better experience of life than you did, then what more is there? Because money doesn't matter when you compare it with that. Cars don't matter. I love cars. Cars don't matter. Oh, that makes me think of when I crashed my car. I had how many minutes? 8 minutes. So my pinnacle of one point in my life, when I felt everything was just all come together. I'd sold my house. I cleared my debts. It was like awesome. It was my third wife, and I thought, sitting on cloud nine. And I actually invested some money in her. I invested some money, not yeah. I bought a car. I bought a icon car for me, a Porsche 911 Turbo. Just awesome thing. Older one, but bought it outright. Loved it. Just awesome. Only had it 3 months. I went down to Cornwall again, a place I love. Went down there. Just joyous. But the experience of Cornwall, the experience of being with my boys, it was just lovely. But on the way back in pouring rain, hit a puddle, spun, hit the central reservation, spun. Thankfully didn't hit anything else. But none of that mattered, because the boys are all right. Nothing else mattered. I wouldn't mind if I'd missed a leg, but as long as the boys, I'd give up a leg for the safety of my boys, or an arm for the safety of my boys. And I was all right. I just had a bit of a bruise here from the airbag going off. But that perspective, and they're like, Dad, your car. Aren't you upset about your car? It's like, no, it's all right. And I was emotional, but it was like, the car doesn't matter. What matters is you boys are all right. How would I have felt if I'd crashed my own car, and I wasn't going excessively, but in hindsight, it was excessive for the conditions. I didn't know there was a puddle. I should have been thinking, there was a puddle. This has got really wide rear tyres, and it won't aquaplane a little bit more easily than cars I'm used to, actually. And I just felt invincible in it, and I was going with the flow of traffic. It wasn't but anyway, we crashed, regardless. And yeah, if I had damaged them, if they had been hurt in some way, it's like, oh, the guilt, the emotion of dealing with that. So the fact that I'd crashed my car, I got my money back on it, didn't matter. None of it mattered because of the perspective of, my boy's right. And that's like, what else is there? What is greater than the gift of your kids and the gift of that? Because money, material things, houses, buildings, cars, watches, whatever it be, items, whether you're not into items, whether it's what compares to that. And if you're not a parent yet, then you can't really fully comprehend that until it's a bit like anything, you can't comprehend it fully until you've experienced it. But yeah, nothing else matters. So this stuff directly impacts your kids, and I think that's a wonderful gift. I think that's a wonderful gift. So my invitation to you, that was a bit of a aside, but it made me think of that, and that's so significant. So my invitation to you is, tell me a deep, dark belief about yourself, something you wouldn't share with anybody else, and I promise to keep it confidential. Something you wouldn't normally say. So it's that thing, that prompt. So I've done it a couple of times this week. This thing that if I tuned it in here, yes, yeah, exactly that stuff, the stuff that is so horrible and disgusting and nasty about yourself that you would never say to anybody else, you'd never share with a kid or say to a kid of yours, or anybody else's kid or anybody else, even if you hated them, you'd never say that stuff, yet you say it to yourself. It's going on in the background. Or if you're in a bad relationship or have been, that's the stuff you say about yourself. Share that with me. Okay, share that with me, because I do care, because I'm going to help you see that is false. All right, loves you, boyo. I hope you have an awesome rest of the day. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.